Hey everybody, welcome to class today. Today is going to be a 40-minute level 2-3 foam roller class. So we spend a lot of time on the floor today. We start with a bunch of kind of roll-ups, core work. This is definitely a more Pilates style class. And then we do a little bit of standing balance work at the end. If you know that balance is challenging for you, please feel free to have a chair or a table or something close by that you can hold on to. I don't necessarily give a lot of modifications for everything, but know that you can always modify if you need to. If you wanted to add hand weights into this class, this would be a great class to do it for. I don't cue them. I did plan on using them, but then it was raining and my weights are outside, so I didn't use them. But know that that is definitely a great option, either hand weights or ankle weights. If you enjoy these classes, please remember to like and subscribe and tell a friend, and let me know in the comments below. Or if you have comments or feedback, please let me know in the comments below. I'm not doing well with talking today. We are going to get started today with our rollers long ways on the mat, sitting at one end of the roller. Starting at the end of your roller, you're going to bring your knees into about a 3/4 bend. Place your feet flat down on the floor. Reach your arms out in front of you. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, you're going to C-curve through your spine and think about rolling yourself down the length of the roller. You might have to scoot your feet towards you a little bit, but try and keep them on the floor. As you inhale, you're going to reach your arms all the way up and overhead. As you exhale, hands start to float up towards the sky. Tuck your chin to your chest. Start to peel yourself up off the roller. Keep those feet down on the floor. Inhale, sit up nice and tall at the top. And then as you exhale, roll yourself back down. Inhale, reach those arms all the way overhead. If you want to make this a little bit harder, your arms will stay back by your ears. So the further behind you your arms are, the harder it's going to be. Try to keep those feet on the floor. We're going to do one more just like this, nice and slow moving with your breath. The slower you go, the harder it is. All right, we're going to come into an inhale at the top. This time as you exhale, you're going to roll back halfway, sweep your right arm towards the back of the mat. Try and keep that roller still. As you inhale, you're going to roll yourself up, sit nice and tall, reach the arms forward. As you exhale, come into that little C curve. Keep your feet planted evenly on the ground as you sweep your left arm towards the back of the room. Woo, keep your right foot down. Inhale, come back up nice and tall. Exhale, sweep it back to the right. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, sweep back to the left. Inhale, back through center. We're going to do one more on each side, and then we're going to do like a little combo of these two. Inhale through the center. As you exhale, roll yourself all the way down. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. As you exhale, you're going to come into your roll up. Inhale at the top. As you exhale, sweep the right arm back. Inhale, tall. Exhale, sweep the left arm back. Inhale, tall. Exhale, roll all the way down. Inhale, reach the arms. I'm going to give you the option to make this harder. As you exhale, once you feel your spine imprint onto the roller, you can start to float your right foot up as you continue through your roll up. Try and keep yourself nice and even on that roller. Inhale here, keep that right leg floating. As you exhale, roll back halfway, sweep that right arm back. Inhale through center. Keep that right foot off the floor. As you exhale, roll yourself all the way down. Ooh. Inhale, reach the arms up. You could keep your toes on the floor of that right foot if you wanted to, if floating your foot up is too much. As you exhale, start to roll up. Once you feel your spine imprint, you can float that left leg off. Continue your roll up. Left leg is floating up into tabletop. Inhale at the top. As you exhale, keep the leg floating. Roll back halfway. Sweep the left arm. That's way harder. Inhale, back through center. Keep that left foot floating. As you exhale, roll yourself all the way back down onto the roller. We do one more each side just like that. Take it at your own pace. Oopsie. Once you've rolled yourself all the way down, you're going to stay down. Bring yourself into a neutral spine. You can have your hands down by your side. You're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to float your right leg up into a tabletop, left leg up into a tabletop. Take an inhale. You're going to dip your toes down towards the floor. Try and keep the back of your ribs on the roller. And then exhale, pull them back up. Inhale, knees stay bent as you tap your toes down to the floor or towards, so they don't have to tap the floor. You're going down towards the floor as far as you can without just letting your whole spine arch away from the roller and tilting through your pelvis. Inhale it down. Exhale, bring it back up. If you want to make this harder, you can come up to fingertips, or you can float one or both hands off the roller, or you can move the hands really, really close to the roller so that your base of support is much narrower. If you wanted to make this harder still and you had some weights handy, you could put a weight in between your knees. Going for 6 more of these. Try to relax your shoulders. Last one. And float those feet down to tabletop. Down to the floor. Bring your hands behind your head, elbows nice and wide. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to curl your rib cage towards your pelvis, just a nice simple crunch. And then inhale, roll it back down. Exhale, curl yourself up, crunch. See if you can lift your shoulder blades off the roller. And then inhale, bring it back down. We'll do 3 more just like this. You could stay right as you are. Otherwise, take an inhale at the bottom. As you exhale, your right leg floats into tabletop as you come into your crunch. And then inhale, bring it back down. Exhale, left leg floats into tabletop. Inhale, bring it back down. We're going for 8 more in total. Alternating legs if that's where you're going. If you're really advanced, you could go both legs at the same time. I definitely can't do that, but if you can, all the power to you. Moving nice and slow with your breath. Set both feet down, lower your head, take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to come back up into that curl. You're going to stay in the curl, take an inhale. As you exhale, that right leg floats into tabletop. As you inhale, extend the right leg long so that your thighs are parallel with each other. Take an inhale here. Hands can come to the floor if you need. As you exhale, you're going to float your right leg off to the right as far as you can without losing balance. And then inhale, float it back in. Exhale, float that right leg to the right. Inhale, float it back in. You might need to take your right hand down to the floor to give you a bit of extra support. We're just going to do 2 more. Set that right foot down. Inhale, roll your head down. As you exhale, curl your spine. Inhale, float your left leg to tabletop. As you exhale, extend the left leg so it's parallel with the right. Inhale, float the leg out to the side. Exhale, bring it back in. Inhale it out. Woo. Exhale it in. 3 more. Set that left foot down, roll your head down, reach your arms overhead. Take an inhale. We're going to take a roll up. As you exhale, roll yourself all the way up to sitting. Take an inhale, sit nice and tall. As you exhale, curl yourself back into your C curve. Make a circle with your arms, like ballerina arms. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to draw your right knee to your chest in between your arms. And then inhale, set it down. Try and keep that roller still. As you exhale, left knee comes into your chest. Inhale, set it down. So you can play around with how far you roll back here. Find the position that's most challenging for you. We'll do 8 more on each leg. One more each side. And then roll yourself all the way up to sitting. We're going to change our position, keep the roller as it is. You're going to transition so that you're lying on your right hand side on the roller. So your hip will come to the roller. My rib cage doesn't quite touch the roller, but yours might. Your legs are going to extend long towards the back of the mat. Struggling with words today. You can have your forearm parallel to the top edge of the mat, or you could support your head in your hand, just a little bit harder. Top hand can be a prop, or if you want to make your life harder still, you can bring it to your top hip. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, trying to keep your hips stacked, you're going to float that left leg up towards the sky. Keep your knee facing towards the front of the room, and then inhale, tap it down. As you exhale, you're going to lift. Inhale, you're going to tap. We've got 8 more here. Cacote. Oi, stop it. My dog is obsessed with licking the tiles, and so I just have like smudge marks everywhere, and it's beyond irritating. All right, you're going to come back to the start position. As you inhale, you're going to float that left leg in front of you, and then as you exhale, you're going to sweep it behind you. Trying to keep that pelvis nice and still. As you inhale, sweep it forward. As you exhale, sweep it back. So the roller is going to give you some really good feedback here. because it's going to roll underneath you. So if the roller is rolling all over the place, then you want to try and minimize that as much as you can. Got two more. Last one. And then set it down. From here, you're going to transition yourself onto your belly. So you're lying long ways, face down on the roller. Move my microphone so you can hear me. All right, from here, we're going to take our swimmers. So you can prop yourself up into a little bit of thoracic extension here. Arms are going to reach long in front of you. Legs are going to reach back. Take an inhale. As you exhale, try to keep that roller still as you float right arm, left leg. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, float left arm, right leg. This side is so much harder for me. Inhale, float it down. Exhale, right arm, left leg. Inhale, float it down. Exhale, left arm, right leg. Inhale, float it down. We're going to do 8 more on each side. Beautiful. From here, you're going to roll yourself over onto your left-hand side. So line yourself up so that your hip and top of your leg are on that roller. Prop your head or prop your forearm. We're going to take those leg lifts. So take an inhale. As you exhale, right leg floats. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, right leg floats. Inhale, bring it down. You've got 8 more. Float that right leg down. We're going to take those sweeps. So as you inhale, the right leg sweeps in front of you. As you exhale, you're going to sweep it behind. So coming behind is probably going to be harder. Inhale, sweep it forward. Exhale, sweep it back. Try and keep that leg at the height of your hip. You've got 8 more. Set that leg down. Once again, you're going to roll belly down and you're going to prop yourself up. If you've done my classes, you've definitely done this with me before. Left shin is going to come to the roller. Hands are going to come down to the floor in front of you, and you're going to step your right leg back as if you were coming into plank. If you need more support, the left toes can tuck onto the floor. Take an inhale. As you exhale, start with just the right leg floating, and then inhale, tap it down. Exhale, float the leg off. Try not to just dump your rib cage and your chest down towards the floor. Inhale, set it down. We're going to do 3 more here. If you want to make this harder, you'll add the arm. So take an inhale. As you exhale, left arm, right leg. Inhale, tap them down just to hover above the floor. Exhale, float it up. Inhale, bring it down to hover. You've got 8 more here. Last one, we're going to hold it at the top. Keep that left arm floating if you can. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to float the right leg off to the right as far as you can. And then inhale, bring it back to midline. Exhale, without rotating your pelvis, float the leg to the right. And then inhale back to center. So you might not have a huge range of movement, and that is fine. We're going to go for 7 more. Keep reaching long through your left arm. Set the left hand down. You're going to keep your left shin on the roller. You're going to step your right leg through as if you're coming up into a half kneeling position. Okay, so this is going to be tricky. So this might be enough for your balance here, and that's great. You could stay. Your next step would be starting to lift your right heel off the mat in a little calf raise. Your next step, and let's see if I can do this. I feel like I might fall on my face today. Your next step would be, as you exhale, floating your whole right foot off the floor. So you might have to take your hands out to balance. You'll really have to engage through your left leg. And it might be really quick, small little lifts, but you're trying to catch some air time. And obviously, you're trying to keep your foot off the ground for as long as you can. We're going to try for 6 more. I lied. Let's give it 2 more. I'm getting in the flow of things. Okay, now we're going to shift the weight into the right foot. We're going to come all the way to stand. So take an inhale. As you exhale, press into the right foot. Float, the left foot or the left shin off the roller and come all the way to stand. So the idea here is that that roller is not going to escape you. As you inhale, you're going to send your hips back, bend the right knee as if you're coming into a lunge. Just tap your shin and your knee to the roller, and then exhale, bring it all the way back up. So this is kind of like those shrimp squats that we do. As you inhale, send the hips back. Imagine that you've got a wall in front of your right knee. Exhale, come to stand. You have a wall in front of your right knee because you're trying to shift your weight back. That is what I'm trying to say. Inhale. Shift back, tap the knee, exhale, bring it up. The idea would be that your left knee would tap the roller before your left foot. We're going to go for 4 more. From here, you're going to place your left foot on the roller. So you're standing side onto the roller. Again, your first step might be just raising that right heel and starting to shift weight into the left foot and then stepping back down onto a flat right foot. If you can, you're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, shift weight into that left leg. The right foot floats. Inhale, set it back down. Exhale, come to stand. Maybe the right knee draws in towards the chest. And then inhale, bring it back down. Exhale, come to stand. Inhale, bring it back down. If you wanted to add on at the bottom, you inhale into a squat. And then as you exhale, you come all the way to stand. Maybe right knee to chest. Wherever you are, we've got 7 more. And maybe you bail. Get really good at bailing would be my advice for any prop that you use that is unstable. Get really, really comfortable with stacking it. Also, I realized that stacking it might be an Australian thing. It means to to fall, or to like if someone falls off their bike or their skateboard, or if someone face plants or something, that's stacking it. I don't know how else you would call it, but that's what it is. Someone called me on that the other day. They're like, if you what now? That's what stacking it is. We do 2 more. Beautiful. Since we're here, before we transition to the other side, you can keep your roller where it is. I'm going to move just so I don't have to change my orientation to the camera. You're going to change your orientation so that now the roller is horizontal to you. So your foot is like a T on the roller. Instead of being parallel, it's now perpendicular. Okay. Right leg is going to step back. As you inhale, you're going to come down into a lunge. As you exhale, you're going to come all the way to stand. So this should feel easier than what we just did. We're going to do 2 more like this. Inhale down, tap the right knee. Exhale, come all the way to stand. 1 more like this. You could stay right here. Otherwise, you inhale down into your lunge. Exhale, come to stand. As you inhale, you're going to hinge forward towards a warrior 3. Exhale, bring it back up, right knee to chest. Inhale, steps you back into your lunge. We're going to do 4 more like that. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, warrior 3. I've got some little robot running arms going on here. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, step back into your lunge. 3 more on your own. Then you're going to step off the roller. If you moved the roller, you'll set it back so that it's parallel with the long end of the mat, and we're going to come all the way back down to do the other side. So now our right shin is on the roller. Maybe your toes are tucked. Start with both hands on the floor. Left leg extends behind you like a plank. Take an inhale. As you exhale, kick your right shin into the roller. Float the left leg up. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale to float it. Inhale, bring it down. Just 3 more like this, and we'll add the arm. Inhale, tap it down. As you exhale, float the right arm forward. Inhale, lower the hand and the foot to hover above the floor. And then exhale, lift it back up. You've got 9 more. Keep arm and leg floating. Take an inhale, float your left leg as far as you can to the left. And then exhale back to center. Inhale, imagine that you're sweeping it along a table. Don't drop the height of the leg. And then exhale back to center. 8 more here. Last one. Set your right hand down. You're going to step your left leg through like you're coming into a lunge, and then bring your torso up. Take an inhale. Start by exhaling and just lifting that left heel. Inhale, set it down. Exhale, lift the heel. Inhale, set it down. If you want to play with lifting that whole foot, we're going to go for, say, about 10 times, nice and slow. One more. All right, now we're going to come into those shrimp squats. So weight into the left foot, take an inhale. As you exhale, float yourself all the way up to standing. Right knee comes to chest. As you inhale, send those hips back, bend the left knee, tap the right knee down to the roller, and then exhale, bring it all the way back up. I do not remember how many we did on the first side, so if you remember, do the same amount, but I'm going to go for about 8 because I think that's how many we did. So we've got 5 more. Last one. From here, you're going to shift yourself so that you're kind of in the middle of the roller. Your foot is parallel to the roller. Your right foot is on the roller. Start again by just shifting weight into that right foot, coming up onto the left toes, and then inhaling it down. If you want to make this harder, as you exhale, the left foot lifts. Inhale it down. Harder still, exhale. The left knee comes to the chest. Inhale it down. Exhale, left knee to the chest. Inhale it down. If you wanted to layer it on, the next time you come down, you'll add that squat. So inhaling it down and then exhaling it up. We're going to go for 9 more. Last one. From here, you're going to either change your orientation or change the roller. So now your foot is like a T, perpendicular. Arch of your foot is on the bar or on the round bit of the roller. Step your left leg back for a lunge. As you inhale, tap the knee. As you exhale, come all the way to stand, left knee to chest. Inhale, tap the knee. Exhale to stand, left knee to chest. We're going for 3 more like this. Option to stay, or we add that warrior 3. Inhale down. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, warrior 3, question mark. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, bring it back down into the lunge. You got 4 more. And then bring it down. We're going to finish down on our belly, so no fancy transitions here. You're just going to make your way down to the floor. Lie down on the belly. The roller is going to be parallel with the short end of your mat in front of you. And you're going to roll it out so that your wrists are on the roller. Your palms can face down or they can face each other, whatever feels the most comfortable for your shoulders. Start with your head down on the floor. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press into the roller. Start to peel yourself up away from the mat as you roll that roller in towards you. And then inhale, slowly peel yourself down. Exhale, roll yourself up. Inhale, roll it all the way back down. We do 3 more like this. Last one. You're going to hold at the top, take an inhale. As you exhale, press into your left hand, float your right arm up. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, float your left arm up. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, float right. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, float left. Inhale, bring it down. 3 more each side. You don't have to be up in this much extension if it doesn't work for you. One more each side. Inhale a little bit taller. And then exhale, roll yourself all the way down. From here, you're just going to tuck your knees underneath you, and we're going to come into a little rolling child's pose. So hands will be in the same position, but now you're up on your shins, your hips are high. Inhale, sink yourself down like a little puppy pose. And then as you exhale, round yourself, roll that roller towards you into like a tall cat position. And then as you inhale, press the roller away. Let your chest dive towards the floor, come into your puppy pose. And then as you exhale, press into the roller. Roll, 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 roll towards you, round your spine. Inhale, roll the roller away. Hips stack above the knees, let the chest come down. And then exhale, roll it all the way up in towards you. Take one more like that. And then you'll roll that roller all the way in towards you. You're going to cross over your legs. Crisscross applesauce. Is that what it's called? I've heard a bunch of Americans say that, but I don't. Anyway, we're rolling with it. Let that roller let you. You're going to fold forward over your crossed legs. Give up, Taz. Stop talking. I think I just found a tick on me. And then roll yourself back up, and you're just going to switch the cross of your legs. Hands on the roller, push the roller away. Let yourself fold forward. And then roll yourself all the way back up. As always, if there are any other movement stretches, positions you feel like you want to take to make your class complete, please feel free to do that. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time.